Today I'm showing you how you can dynamically generate PDFs from form submissions using AI. We'll be using two tools, Weavely.ai on the one hand to create our forms, and then Orshot to actually generate our PDFs. And the example use case that we're using are course certificates. So you have people attending a course, they fill in their details, and then automatically a certificate is generated with their signature and their name, which you can send out to your attendants. So let's start with Weavely.ai. Just head on over to the main page, start for free, and it's essentially what you would think it is. It's an AI form builder, so you can just specify what you need and it will build you a form accordingly. So in our case, we're going to keep it pretty basic. I need a form for course completions. I only need to know the people's first name, last name, and their signature. So I could have typed this out, but given that I'm recording, it's easier to just dictate it. And then what Weavely.ai is going to do is it's going to generate us a form which matches our specifications. So here we have it. We could tailor the way it looks as well, or make it a bit more complex, but this is not really the point of this tutorial. Okay, so we have our form. We can go ahead and publish it by pressing the publish button right here, and this will give us a URL which we can share with our respondents. So let's just fill this in so you can see what it looks like. So once you enter that into your browser, you have your form right here. So I can type in my name, my last name, I can give a digital signature, and then I press submit. Now, by default, all of that data will be visible in the results for Weavely.ai, right? So we have my first name, my name, and my signatures that I just gave. But of course, what we want is a nice certificate, which looks fancy, but has this information in it. So to do this, we're going to integrate with a third-party tool, which is called Orshot, and which does specifically that. So when we dive into Orshot, there's a bunch of templates that we can pick from. They also have an entire studio, so you can design your own PDF if you want to. And in our case, we already have a certificate set up, which is basically the template one. So we have room for our name here and room for the signature. So if you're in Orshot, the important parts here is that you parameterize whatever you want to be dynamic, so based on your Weavely responses. So once you have picked your Orshot template, you'll need to head on over to API keys and just copy that API key. You'll need it in a second when we dive back into Weavely. So the way you set up your integration is you press on the add button right here, and the API key that you just copied, well, you can just paste it in here and then press connect to Orshot. Automatically, your templates are going to be loaded here, and then you can specify how the elements of your form need to be mapped into your Orshot template. So we get a new submission, what data needs to be put where in that PDF, in that certificate that we're building. So in the case of our certificate template, we have two fields that we can use: the name of the person receiving the certificate and their signature. So in case of name, we want to use the first name and the last name that we just collected. So when you press add, you automatically get access to the fields of your form. So let's do add first name and add last name. We could put a comma in between, but we're not going to do that here. And of course, the signature is going to be our signature field from our form. And that's essentially it. So we press create integration and we republish, and now automatically when a form is submitted, we'll get a render, what Orshot calls it, so essentially our specific certificate. So let's go ahead and fill this in again, put my name, put my signature, press submit, and then diving back into Orshot, when I press my certificate template under renders, I'll see the render that I just created. So we have my name here, should have probably put a space in between my first name and my last name, and we have the signature that I just created. And then you can go ahead and save this, send it out, and basically generate certificates on the fly as people fill in your form.